everyone, this is Corey, the Uber Linen Lady, with another episode of What Sold on eBay, Etsy, Mercari, and Poshmark. Now I'm a little bit behind, just so y'all know, but this goes to the dates from April 17th to today, which is May the 6th. So this is going to cover a little over 2 weeks worth of the sales I've had. Now there's been some just regular sales. I mean, really, that's most of them, right? But there has been some great sales too, and I'm so excited to share them with you. And I also want to tell you all that Christmas sells all year round. So you know what? If you have a Christmas item that you want to list it. Because you'll see why I'm telling you this. So, okay, let's get into it. Okay, everyone, so this is my monthly report from April 6th, 2025 to May 6th, 2025. Now, my sales are up, a little bit above 5.3%, okay? My quantity sold is a little bit less, 7.8%, but my average sales price per item, everyone, is $40.70. So I really do like that amount. I would just like to sell more. So, okay, I've had 2 repeat buyers. I always love those, and thank you so much, buyers, if you do watch me, for looking in my store and liking what I have. So let's see what I have sold most of. Now, number 1 is kitchen collectibles, cocktail shakers, and bar sets. This is one item, and I'm going to show you this for this video. We do have some collectibles, holiday and seasonal villages. I always like showing you all those because I do like Christmas villages, and I have a surprise for you as well. Number 3 is curtains and drapes. That is no surprise. And then number 4, we have plates, $173.08. And last of all, the collectibles section of the curtains and drapes. So yes, lots of curtains this past period, which I love it. I love selling curtains and draperies and all kinds of linens, and that's why I am the Uber Linen Lady, right? So let's get into the first item. This is not a linen. This is a vintage maxi dress. Now I've had this, let me see here. I've had this for a year, and I don't know why it didn't sell for a higher price. I really thought it would. However, I did get this from a theater that was closing. I did buy it for $10, and I didn't really like to do that, but this was really unique, and I thought it would sell for more. It did sell on a 35% off sale for $38.99, and my net profit was $25.32. So not bad. I like making at least 20 on each sale. And here is a Belissa by Lunata cordless flat iron, 1 inch. This was new, and I got it at a local Goodwill. So I had this for a month, everybody. The buyer paid $30.99. I bought it for $2.50, and my net profit was $26.46. This was a nice, easy, quick sale as well. And I put this up here because I come across a lot of vintage hats, like fedoras, derby hats, just all types of vintage ones. And really, they sell. They don't sell for a lot. They're pretty much bread and butter. But yeah, this one had an interesting buffalo hood nickel on it. I like that. I thought that was pretty iconic. It sold for a best offer of $21. Now, I did get this from an online auction for $2.30. That was the average of what everything came out to be. So my net profit was $16.74, and I had this hat for 5 months. And, I had a lot of dinnerware sell. And I'm going to show you some of it. I'm not going to show you all of it, but These are 4 pasta bowls that really sold quickly for me. They are Villa Romana pasta bowls. They were made in Italy. Now, I got these at my local, I want to say, Salvation Army store. That sounds about right. Or no, I think I got this at my Goodwill. Yeah, my local Goodwill. So anyway, the buyer did pay $44.99 full price. I bought these for $4. They were $1 a bowl. My net profit is $38.10, and I had these for a month. And if you're interested, I do have one more set. Now, this was a pretty fun sale. These are Mainstay curtains, everybody. Mainstays is a Walmart brand. So these were sold at a Walmart. And I had 3. Someone bought all 3 of them for $15.99 each. Okay. So my total in was $1.50 for each one. So that's what, $4.50, like $4.71 with tax, I believe. My net profit, everybody, was $39.59. And I had these curtains for 5 months. So, you know, it's all about, a lot of times with the curtains and with the linens, it's all about pattern. This had a really pretty springtime pattern, you know, like wildflower, botanical, which I put that botanical in the keywords, and there's the Mainstays tag, okay? So yeah, even if you're sourcing and you come upon a Walmart brand, if it has a great pattern, and this also includes their dinnerware, then absolutely, if it's for a good price, good pattern, absolutely grab them. Their dinnerware also can be lucrative as well, especially with Pioneer Woman brand. So here is some lace. This is just lace trim, and I can't remember where I got this from, but I paid $1.50 for it. And it's sold for $38.50. Maybe I got it from a yard sale. I don't know. My net profit was $29.43, and I had this for a year. Now, I did not unravel this to make sure that, you know, the yardage was correct. It looks like it is. So, you know, I just kind of went with it. And anyone buying it would see how much lace there is as well. All right, everyone, this is a great sale. This is why I love Christmas villages, okay? And this sold, I mean, it is the exact opposite of Christmas right now. I mean, this sold at the end of April, and what it is, it's a Youngling tavern, and it's a Department 56, Snow Village. So what makes this special is that it has the Youngling brand on it. Okay, and Youngling is a beer and ale. And I actually got this. I got this, I think, in February. I remember it was a cold February day. There was lots of snow. I got this at an estate sale. Now, there is a bin of Christmas items, and I paid $20 for all of the items. So when I put everything up for sale, it came out to 75 cents per item. So I bought this Department 56 Village Tavern for 75 cents, everybody. Now, I had a 17% off sale, so it sold for $187.57, and my net profit was $151.46. It sold in 2 months. So yeah, absolutely look at the Christmas villages. You know, when I saw this Department 56 and I saw Youngling, I thought to myself, yeah, this might be good. You know, with estate sales, it's kind of hard to comp. Sometimes, you know, you're in this house and there's people going by you, and a lot of times it's pretty narrow because they're trying to sell everything and making aisles at the house. So it can be pretty chaotic. And a lot of times you just have to go with your gut. I figured, yes, I mean, it was a whole bin of Christmas. I knew I couldn't lose. So absolutely, all day long. And this right here is just a tablecloth, a white lace tablecloth. So, and you know, I should have used maybe this picture right here for my first picture and not this. I mean, you really can't see anything with that. So it's still sold, and it's just a round, large lace tablecloth that I just found. I'm not sure where I found this one. Maybe at a St. Vincent's, you know, one of my local thrift stores. Now this had a 17% off sale as well, so it sold for $24.06. I bought this for $2.65, and my net profit was $18.38. I had this for 8 months. But yes, if you see the white, just the white lace, you know, dime a dozen tablecloths or curtains, always look at them. Look at the pattern. Look at it to see, you know, this one was round and it was large, so I knew that somebody would want it eventually. Okay, here's some more plates, everybody. These are Vera Wang dinner plates of Wedgwood. It was like a collab, right? And Simplicity was the pattern. I bought these at my local Goodwill. These came out to $4.50. Now I have more of these Vera Wang dishes. This was a set of 3 dinner plates. I also have a set of 4 if anyone's interested. I did take a best offer of $58.99, and my net profit was $47.55. And everyone, I had these for a month. So if you're not selling breakables, it's time to get brave and sell them. And if you're ever wondering how to pack and ship these, look at my YouTube channel, because I do have some videos that shows you how I ship these and how I package them. I rarely, I'm never going to say never with broken dishes because things happen, right? However, I very rarely have breakages with my glass or my breakable objects. Okay, so I'm going to get off that soapbox and I'm going to show you this lovely bedspread. Now, I took a big road trip back in October, or maybe it was September. I think it was maybe September. And I came across this really pretty vintage bedspread. It has Swiss dots, which is a great keyword, by the way. And Swiss dots are these little raised polka dots. And you can kind of see them there. So you can see them right here a lot better. So I just put this on my bed to show how this was laid out. Pink is a very hard color to photograph at times, especially a light pink, because it tends to fade out with the photographs, everybody. There is a tag right there. That's how I knew it was Friesel. So yeah, this also sold during my 17% off sale. This sold for $37.34. And I paid $2.11 for this bedspread, so I really got a deal. And it was at this thrift store. I think it was in Missouri. So my net profit was $28.63, and I had this for 6 months. And then this was a fun sale. So these were, I had 3 green damask curtains, these valances, right? And this is, you know, what it looks like. And actually I had 2 listings. One listing had 2 of these, one listing had 1. So when I put up the other listing, I guess I didn't remember that I already had one listed, so I didn't combine it. Anyway, a buyer asked if I would combine these for her. She wanted all 3. I said, absolutely. I would definitely love helping you with that. So I lotted them up, and she paid $42 for the 3 valances. And this came out, so I paid $2 each for the valances, $6. They were $14 each. My net profit on these 3 valances were $29.79, and I had these for 10 months. Not too bad, everybody. And this is where you really make the money when you have multiples. So when you have multiple curtains, this is the second one, and actually I have 3. The next sale I'm going to show you is another curtain where a person bought 2 of. And so I get this so many times, right? Because usually when you're decorating a room, a lot of times you have more than 1 window. And if you have multiples, they're just going to order all of them, right? Because they want something that matches. They want them all the same. Okay, and here's the other one, Royal Velvet, pinch pleat back tab panels. These were brand new, and they're gold. Just very pretty gold curtains. Okay, and let's see, I paid $13 for both of these. Now I had 3 in all. This person bought 2, so I have 1 left, everybody, if you're interested. So $6.50 each. Now I took a best offer of $35 each. So I made $70 on two of these curtains. Okay. My net profit was $49.56, and I had these for a year. I would store these for a year all day long because the return is just fabulous. I just love the return on these. These are so easy to ship. All right, are you ready for the next one? The next one is really, really a cool sale, everybody. I have to show you this. Look at this, it's beautiful. This is a vintage Kentucky Derby winners glass shaker decanter bar set with 6 glasses. And it's gold, it has the gold rim on it, but look at these. It has all of the horses. And this looks like it was never ever used. Look at that. Yeah, I mean, I saw these. So I went to this estate sale. And again, when you're at estate sales, a lot of times it is very difficult to comp. So at this estate sale, they had a lot of collectibles. These people did. And I remember I got a Mahjong set from this estate sale as well. And I really did well with that one too. But this person had a lot of art in their home, a lot of books, just a lot of valuable items. And so everyone was going for the art. Everyone was making a beeline towards the art. I tend not to because I don't really like fighting the crowds. I like looking in all the nooks and crannies and finding my treasures that way at an estate sale. Because if things are pictured on the estate sale, I know that people are going to look for those, obviously. So yes, they pictured the art, while advertising this estate sale, people flocked to the art. And it was bought up and it was expensive. They marked it up because, of course, they knew it was a wanted item. So I got this set for $15. And I just knew, I'm like, wow, this is something special right here. This is really, really cool. And so I bought it for $15. And when I did get around to doing comps on these, when I was listing them, I could not find any like it. I mean, it's a very, very unique set. So this sold, I did give an offer for $240, $26 off. My net profit was $163.12, everybody, and I had these for 11 months. But I love sales like this because I just had the feeling. I looked at this and I said, ooh, this is nice. So yeah, very, very much quality item. So when you are at an estate sale, sometimes when your gut's telling you, wow, this is really cool, you shouldn't pass this up, listen to your gut. All right, so let's get into Etsy, shall we? So I found this beautiful peacock at an estate sale. I bought him for $5. He sold for $42.99 with free shipping. My net profit was $26.94, and I had this peacock for 9 months. It's just a nice, I did put mid-century modern, even though this really isn't mid-century modern, so that's kind of a mistake on my part. But I did put Hollywood Regency because it did remind me of that. The style did as well. So then I sold this beautiful set. This is a vintage mother of pearl handle serving flatware set. And the bolsters, the parts that connected the mother of pearl are silver. So I bought these at an estate sale for $10. And I got a lot of flatware from this one estate sale. So $10, they sold for $79.99, free shipping. My net profit on this was $56.48, and I had these for 6 months. But yeah, really beautiful set. And then this is a fun sale. So I found this jacket at my local Goodwill for $4, everybody. And I guess because it was outdated, maybe they thought, well, it's not going to sell. We'll just, put it on the rack and, sell it for cheap. I don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, this sold for $96.99. So my net profit on this jacket was $62.83, and I had this for 9 months. And this was not, Current Scene was the name of this brand. And in the 90s, you had a lot of off brands like this. But I knew it was 90s because of this Southwestern print. It was really, really, back in the early 90s, even late 80s, the Southwestern print was pretty popular. So yeah, and there's the style of the jacket itself. Very, very iconic. So, okay, let me show you some Poshmark. Poshmark, I really just had bread and butter items, except for this beautiful shower curtain. Now, you all do not pass up shower curtains because this one sold for $46. I think this is the most expensive I've ever sold a shower curtain for. Yeah, so pretty cool. I like this sale. $46. I bought this for $2 at my local Goodwill. And my net profit was $34.80. And I had this for only a month. So yeah, very beautiful shower curtain. I mean, I love this sale. And then the rest, okay, so I found this yarn, and this was a mistake, everybody. Don't make the same mistake I did, okay? So I found this yarn, and there's at my local St. Vincent de Paul, and they were selling it, like $2 and something for each skein. And I just thought, oh, this is a nice quality. So anyway, it sold for $29 on Poshmark. And yes, you can definitely sell yarn on Poshmark. I've had lots of yarn sell on Poshmark. So, they don't really have a category for it. I just put home and other. But yeah, if you have yarn, definitely try it on Poshmark. So my cost into this was $9.09, even with like a discount. And so my net profit was $14.11. So not great. I mean, not terrible. I'll take it. And I only had this yarn for 3 weeks. And then there's this pretty tablecloth. It was a Laura Ashley. Now, I'd let this go. This was only, I had this for 2 days, 2 or 3 days. I bought it for $3.18 at my local Salvation Army. It sold for $15, so I only made $8.82. So I just wanted to show you that, yes, some of my linens, they do go for pretty cheap. Sometimes I don't even make $10 on them. So that's sometimes, I get disappointed. That's kind of disappointing, but it happens. And the name of the game is, hey, if someone says it's $15, then okay. It's what you have is not, a lot of what we have as inventory is not as valuable as we think, everyone. So just a word to the wise. Okay, so I don't know what happened here, but we'll go here instead, okay? I think I was looking for stuff on Mercari that I sold. Anyway, we're down to the last 2, everyone. Okay, here's another Christmas village. This is a no-name Christmas village. I got this from an estate sale like last week. I just put Fishing Shack, Christmas Village. It came with a cord, so, it worked. So this was really a cool piece. And it sold for $32.40 with free shipping. And I bought this for $3. My net profit was $17.61. And yeah, it sold in like 2 days. Really quick sale, but I'm just telling you, Christmas villages, look them up. I saw I will say at the estate sale, there were like 6 buildings. I only bought 2. The other one were like really, really cheap looking, where this one and the other one were more iconic. They had a theme, like this one has a fishing theme to it. So, okay, my last sale, everyone, are these cute little plates. Now, I do like the 222 Fifth, you know, their dining sets. I just think their patterns are really beautiful. These are just some small salad plates or dessert plates. You know, they're called Tilly. They have chickadees on them, and I let these go for $27.20. Just, I already had them for 3 months, and I said, why not? I bought them for $2.76 from my local Salvation Army, and my net was $9.50. And yes, sometimes that does happen, like I said before. You know, sometimes what we think will sell for higher does not. Other times what we think, you know, we're taking a gamble on, it sells for a lot of money. So, all right, everyone, please give me a like. Please give me a subscribe, and I will check you out, or I will catch you, not check you out, but I will catch you on the next video.